Drifter, written by Jim Mintz.
Finding the boy on the dirt road, his energy returned. The horse trotted along, looking for civilization. The entity descended and entered the boy mid-gallop. The boy was lost in a memory he had had of this place before, a forgotten memory. His father had spoken of the family he had left behind, the family from Galilee. The boy was keen to join his relatives, if only he could find them, if only he could remember. The entity saw a twinkle in his father's eye as the boy watched him reminisce about his childhood, fishing in the River Jordan, as the father knew it to be, as the father had expressed to the boy. "What about the preacher?" the entity asked. The boy was confused. He hadn't been made aware that the river dweller was a preacher. It was not an original thought. The entity had planted this inside his head, and this troubled the boy. He slowed the horse to a halt. He shook his head, as if trying to shake out the intrusion. "Hello?" the boy asked, not in his thoughts but with his voice. The boy was frightened. The boy felt a sense of possession, catching on to the existence of the entity. Curious, the entity watched on but did not communicate in return. "Hello," the boy yelled. "What's the harm?" the entity thought. "Hello," he replied through the thoughts of the boy. "How do I know you are there, not just my thoughts answering me in return?" the boy wondered. "I could be thinking this, hoping it's a reply when there is in fact none." The entity realized this could be true. It wouldn't take much for the boy to use his imagination to summon a voice inside his head. The entity could have left it at that, allowed the boy to doubt the interaction, and then move on without further ado. "You don't, but I could show you something that would make you know I was real," the entity told him. The boy looped one leg off his horse. He was feeling sick. The invasion was making his body fail him. "Keep standing. It will do you no good collapsing," the entity instructed. "What do you want with me?" the boy asked aloud. "Well, firstly, you don't need to speak. You can just think and I will hear you. Secondly, do you want proof I am real or not?" the entity asked. "I want proof," the boy thought. The entity watched as the boy's thoughts immediately regretted the decision. "As you wish," the entity thought back. Inside the boy's deep mind, the entity showcased a myriad of images from his home planet that no human could conjure up with even the wildest of imaginations. The entity scaled back some of the more outrageous elements in order to preserve a sense of sanity. For the entity knew that prolonged or overexposure would risk the boy becoming a useless vessel, not just for the entity's purposes, but to society as a whole. The entity did not want that for the boy, but at the same time, it thought it would be interesting to inform a member of the species as to his visit to this planet. The boy responded by physically throwing up repeatedly, then begging the entity to stop showing him the imagery. "Please, I beg you," the boy screamed. The entity ceased showcasing the thoughts of his home planet, then sat and waited inside the boy's cortex as he recovered from his illness.